to Analytics Corner. I'm the Pom. Dan, as I'm normally known to friends and family, and we're going to be doing something a little bit different this week, and I'm kind of excited about this. Usually I take two players that the other team we're going to have to stop. This week I'm going to take two of our players that are going to have to up their game, have a good game, and they're going to have to stop. A little bit of a twist. And the first one we're going to talk about needs no introduction. For me, the best footballer in the competition below 3 years of played in this game, and that is Sam Walsh. For me, this guy has been an absolute superstar this year. Real tough start to the year and a lot of people questioning him. And what I really have enjoyed is he's really increased his output. He's really thrived on that wing role and he's really made it his own. And I'm super proud of him, and for me that shows the mentality this young man has. That he can take the media furore about his name, compare him to Connor Rosie, and he's the number one pick. You had Kane Corn say daft stuff like Carlton regret it, and he's really owned it. And for me, that says a lot about him, and it says to me we've got a future club champion, we've got a future champion, we've got a future Judd. And here we are. Let's look at his numbers this year, and they are pretty impressive. 19.1 disposals, 10.7 of them kicks, and 8.4 handballs. 65% disposal efficiency, which is around the okay, good AFL average, and a wonderful 295.8 metres gained. Contested possessions, he does his fair share of the rough stuff for a young boy as well. Just under 8 possessions a game that are contested. 7 ground ball gets is really, really stellar. 3.6 inside 50s, 2.4 tackles, and 14.5 pressure acts. Obviously the tackles there isn't quite high, it's below AFL average, even for that position as well. However, the pressure acts are in the average range. I think it's more of a case for me that he doesn't quite stick the tackles, and they're not quite there. I think he looks more in the pressure and he looks to force that turnover. Now, when you look at Sam Walsh and why he's important for me, is if you look at how GWS play, you're looking for that outside run to match theirs. You're looking for someone to be a creative ball user out on the width and really look to cut back inside the corridor and hit up a target inside 50. Now for me, Sam Walsh is going to be one of them players that traditionally has had good games against GWS. The 2 times he's played them, he's had really good numbers. Now for me, this is going to be an exciting time to see Sam. I'm super excited for him. I think on the outside, I think this guy is going to be someone they're going to have to stop. And I'm going to be looking for him to really take the game on like he does. Really look to make something happen. He reminds me a lot of, Murphy in his MVP year in the way that he moves with the ball. He's not scared to go backwards to come forwards. He's brave. He takes the game on, and he really looks to have second and third efforts. And this is going to be something he's going to see a lot of problems down here. He's going to see a lot of Whitfield. He's going to see a lot of Williams, and he's going to be in the danger zone, to use an Archer phrase. And I'm excited about seeing him. And for me, he has a good game. We're halfway there. The other guy we're going to look at is Jackie Martin. Now we know I love Jackie Martin, and as you can see, an 88 out of 100 for TPI. This guy has really gone up leaps and bounds in our rating system. 14 disposals, almost 50%, and it's kind of weird this. 7.4 kicks, 6.6 handballs. He's really looked to use himself as a link in the chain. And I think that's really exciting for this football club. He's a real classy player, as we know. 75% disposal efficiency, that is phenomenal. 218.8 metres gained. 6.4 of his touches are contested. 4.3 ground ball gets. 1.6 clearances. We know he's a handy addition to that centre clearance team. 3.3 tackles and 13.6 pressure acts. And that's a real style of his game that I'm really impressed with. A lot of people said defensively he's poor. I thought this year he's been really good. He really brings the intensity. Now, for me, this guy's going to have a little bit of a free role against GWS, and I'm going to be looking to him to be our Toby Green, to drop deep into the midfield, to look the ball and try and get that ball inside 50, to try and make a bit of magic happen. This is the kind of guy that can unlock defences. Both of these two can unlock them. And when you look at how they play, GWS, they play a very traditional man-on-man style. They look to turn the ball over and then make the ball go very quickly by hand out the back. And for me, this is going to be a guy that's going to have a lot on his plate. He's going to be looking for that crumb out the front of the pack. He's going to be looking to stifle one-on-one contests and really influence it when the ball hits the deck. Because their backline is very proficient at their ability to get the ball off the deck and suddenly moving forward very quickly. For me, he's going to be a guy that I'm looking out for because he's going to be a problem for them. And I expect him to have a really good game. This is a big game for Jack Martin. He talked about coming to Carlton to play in big games. This is a big one. Finals are on the line. And for me, his ability can unlock their defence. If we can get a few cheap marks inside 50 because of this guy's boot, we're well on our way to stopping GWS. They're the two guys that I've picked out. I'd love to know who you guys are looking for to have a big game. Is it someone else? Is it a Matt Kennedy coming in to stifle the influence of Matt DeBoer maybe? Or maybe it's one of our backmen. Maybe you're thinking about Wheatering on Cameron. I'd love to hear what you guys are looking for two in this game. Please drop it in the comments. And as always, I'll see you next time.